Alright, we back. Let me just invite the homie Bubz. That's the one. Do it. Let's go.
What's good, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
How are you?
Finally. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just winding down after not a long day. Just I don't know. How was your day, man? What'd you get up to?
Yeah. Well, everything just reopened up here, like all the shops and stuff. So we went to the city and just went browsing. Really, just had a bit of time out of the house for once. So it was nice.
Yeah,
Good to get out, you know.
yeah, that's gotta be nice. Dude,
Yeah.
at the moment well, not so much right now, but just recently we just went into lockdown again.
Oh shit.
Because of one dude that had it and then went into contact with like 300 other people. But
How does that even happen?
he went to like 10 different places in one day.
Oh fuck. You see, it's always that one prick that just
Yeah.
ruins it for everyone. Like.
Oh my God, yeah. But now, so we've still got
Yeah.
the like we can go out, but we have to wear a mask still. That's
Hmm.
mandatory. But I mean, pretty much all I go to the worst thing is the most that I go out for is to go to like the pharmacy, which is the worst place because I'm usually like getting meds for my mom or I'm getting meds for myself or so
Hmm.
it's like the only place I go out. But
So, because I got a friend who lives in Melbourne, and he was telling me that obviously every sort of state or territory has its own kind of levels of lockdown and regulations and stuff.
yeah,
And he was telling me how Victoria, I know Victoria was quite bad for a while.
oh yeah,
But he was showing me a graph the other day, and you could just see the peak on the graph of the cases around. I think it was like September, October last year. It was
yeah,
insane. Um, but I didn't know that you live in Perth, right?
yes, yes.
I didn't know it was that bad there. Like,
Well, that's the thing. It's not. But like our our prime minister is he's very like I don't know. He's very on the ball with it. So as soon as there's a chance that there could be a bunch of infections, he's like lock everything down, close the borders. Um,
yeah.
which in some ways it's good. I mean, it's saved us from a lot more cases than say Victoria or New South Wales has had. But in other ways, it's been like, well, shit, we're in lockdown again. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm
And
good.
how is it going with like the vaccine rollouts over there? Are they pretty on top of that, or
Hell no,
no?
nowhere. No, not at all. Australia is like the most behind out of like most of the world with vaccines at the moment. I don't know why.
Jesus,
It's
that's crazy.
it's fucking annoying. But uh, but like I
But
don't even
yeah,
know if my mum can get a vaccine at the moment because she's she's in renal failure. So
right.
I don't know what the actual like health thing is with that, whether the vaccine will be okay or whether it have maybe too much of the actual COVID-19 in it and she'll actually get it. Like I don't know
Hmm.
because she'd have a lower immune system anyway. So I don't know.
Right, and it's still, as a vaccine, it's still very, very new. They still haven't fully tested it. So,
Yeah,
man, that sucks, man.
yeah, but I'm sure we'll know soon enough. Um, but yeah, man. Yeah.
But on to cheerier things, maybe. Let's talk about something
Yes.
else. So, all right, you know what? I haven't actually shared it to Facebook yet, so let me get on this real
Yeah, I
quick.
haven't either.
Fact.
Shit.
Right. I do not use Insta, so bear with me.
All
I
good.
gotta hope this doesn't cancel. Right.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if you can actually share the live as an actual link. Hello, Mr. Bubz. Are you with us? I don't think you are. Ah, you're back. Hello.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you again now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, hang on. You know what? I'm going to do it on my laptop, actually. Easier. Right. Let me... In fact, when I take my headphones out and use my phone mic, this phone's kind of shitty, that there's quite a lot of interference. So let me know if there's some interference with the mic, and then I'll put my...
It's not too bad, actually.
Cool. Decent. All right. So, all going well. Today, I'm hoping to have a demo back from Hollow for No Games.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to hear the first demo of that one, man. Oh.
I know. I sent him a demo mix the other day, so there is.
Okay.
So he has something to.
Yeah. Because, like, I thought about that when he said it to me. I'm just like, that shit didn't even occur to me. I don't know why it didn't, honestly, but I'm just like, well, oh, it makes sense now. It's just like, he actually wants to hear how the artist would like the song. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Good.
it's cool though. He's been pretty, like, right in there with it.
Yeah, for sure. He was telling me that he's having a bit of a mixing weekend. So I think in terms of timing on our part, it was pretty good timing. I think we got them to him at a good time because he's just been getting his head down and getting on with it. So hopefully it shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, sure.
Because I've had a bit of an annoying time trying to figure out where to get this mixed. Like I said, I've sent it to a guy before, but he kind of went AWOL on me because he's just really bad at replying. And I was like, there's only so long I get people have busy schedules, but there's only so long I'm willing to wait before I just say, I'll just send it to someone else. So.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like I've had that kind of thing before. Like I've worked with people that, like, I've waited for a verse for about 6 months, 8 months plus, just to get a verse back, and then I ask them, and they're like, oh, oh yeah, I don't know really about the song, whatever. It's just like, okay, like, could you not have told me that, like, before? Because I could have got somebody else by now. Like clearly I wanted you on the song, cool, but at the same time, if you weren't feeling it, be honest with me, you're not feeling it, and I'll get somebody else, fine.
For sure.
It's just like, so sometimes music people are just really unreliable. Which is why it's been so cool working with you.
Yeah, they're the worst responders in the world. Like, they just do not reply.
Yeah.
Right, cool. All right, decent. Posted on Facebook, so that should hopefully get some more traffic.
Yes.
Ooh, what's this? I got message requests. Oh, it's all spam.
Yeah.
From we have a naughty bitch dating site. Okay, that's cool. I'm not going to click on that.
No, go for it, man. Go for it.
What's the worst that can happen? I saw your page was hacked, actually, your Facebook page. How did that happen?
Okay, so, hold on one sec.
Okay.
Just post it to Twitter as well. Alright, so basically what happened was I was getting like a bunch of these emails from different places that were saying that they were willing to pay me because, well, at that stage my page was verified. For some reason it's been unverified now. I don't know why. I'm finding that out. But when it was verified, there was a bunch of these companies messaging me, saying that they were willing to pay me to put ads up on my page.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, they were offering numbers like fucking $2,500 a day, and or per ad, and I can do 2 ads a day. So like, I'm thinking, okay, cool. Let's find out if this is true. And like, I got a contract back from them and everything seemed legit. I until they were running me through the things that they needed, and there was one particular thing that I thought just gave them access to the ad part of my page. Turns out it gave them permission to change the admin.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they changed the admin to some random dude in India. And
Oh yikes.
yeah, exactly. Dude, and the funny thing was, like, while I didn't have it, there was times when they would randomly go live on my Instagram page. It was some scrawny Indian dude going live on the page through his like, it was through his phone webcam, but phone cam, but for some reason he was filming the laptop screen, which also had his reflection in it, which was fucking weird. I'm just
That's like my greatest fear is shit like that happening.
yeah. So yeah, never gonna fall for that again. But like, I was just thinking, because like, ever since I got verified, I literally got like hundreds of these emails saying that they're willing to pay me to put ads up, and I'm just like, okay, well, one of them's got to be legit, one of them. But no, this one wasn't. So.
And you gotta be so careful, like, because these things are, as you've discovered, they can be so sophisticated. These hackers, like, it can be so difficult to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
That's the worst thing. It's just because, like, if I was more cluey onto it, that I knew that, like, having access to the ad part of my page would give them access to admins as well, then I would have known, like, from the start. I would have been like, okay, no, I'm not giving you access to my admin page. Like, it's supposed to be me posting these ads. Why do you need to have access? Like, but yeah, I don't know. But
so how quickly did Facebook get on it for you? Was it a pretty quick process to get it resolved, or? It
took about a week and a half, so not too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Still be live and learn, huh?
Yeah. But I was honestly just lucky that I got it back just before my homie's girlfriend came out, because that's the thing that I was most worried about. Because usually, like, I put ads out on Facebook and everything, so, and like, that's been like one of my main sources for streams. So that was going to be the most heartbreaking thing if I couldn't promote this particular song in Facebook ads.
Yeah, of course.
But luckily, I managed to get it back in time. I had a look through my ad page, and there was a bunch of ads. Like, it was another musician. It was like some Indian musician that had the page, and he put up an ad of him just singing live.
Okay.
It was weird. It wasn't bad, but I mean, it's my fucking page. Give me my fucking page back. But but I don't know. Oh well, shit's back to normal now. I'm just like when it happened, my mum was going like, "Oh, you should sue them. You should find out who did it, and you should sue them." And I'm just like, honestly, I'm just happy to have my page back, get everything back to normal. I ain't gonna let it happen again.
I know. I think that's the thing. Like, in these circumstances, is it can be so damaging to you and your brand and your progress. If it gets any further, that you just want, like, oftentimes you just want to nip it in the bud and get it dealt with, and that's it. You know. So, so I actually got a question.
Yeah.
So I mean to ask you, how did you get? So, well, actually, a little bit about your background. What's your background, and how did you get into singing?
Okay, well, my background, well, to put it simply, like, my mom is Australian, so she was born here, but my dad is Indian Fijian. So yeah, Indian, but born in Fiji. He migrated over here, and yeah, I have an older brother, and then there's me. Now, in the ways of singing, honestly, I've just been doing it since I was like, ever since I could talk. Like, I was like 3 years old, and we had like one of those old DVD players that also had like the mic inputs on them as well for karaoke. And
oh wow,
yeah, I used to burn CDs, and I used to like go on the internet looking for things. Well, not back then. Later on, I did that, but I used to just sing along to whatever song. Usually it was like Boys to Men. And then by the time like 2003 came around, it was like Guy Sebastian from Australian Idol. I don't even know if you know who that is, do you?
No.
Okay. The best way that I can describe it, he's done a few songs with Lupe Fiasco, a song called Battle Scars that he did with Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's pretty much it, man. I've just kind of kept going with it, and I've just like I've never really been good at anything sort of, I don't know, anything labor intensive or whatever. I've never really had a trade, so I've just kind of kept going with music, and that's always kind of been the end goal. I mean, before that, I kind of wanted to be a doctor, but then I realized how much study would go into that, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I can do that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like my ex was a pharmacy student, and just the amount, just I can't think of any better way to describe it. The amount of stuff you have to know. Like, I mean, it was every single week they were given a list of a dozen or so new drugs that they would have to memorize. The names, the brand names, the side effects, the treatments, the risks.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's so intensive. Yeah, medicine, pharmacy, though, for sure. That's not. Yeah, I couldn't fuck with that. I just couldn't.
Nah. I mean, especially with ADHD, I could barely concentrate on maths, let alone being a doctor. Jesus.
No, maths. Again, maths another one. Anything maths or science related at school, I just did not excel at all.
Yeah.
Just did not. I was much more creative, and my background's actually in modern languages. So I went to uni. I studied French and German.
Nice.
So when I was at school, those were the things I really excelled at. That and sort of creative writing and music and stuff. That's the end of things. Anything to do with hard, cold facts and logic, I was just didn't. It went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah,
so
100%.
So
I mean, it says a lot when like it's at school, the only class that I got an A in was music. Everything else was like pretty much C. I'd get middle of the road, or I think it was D for science. Probably D for science. But anyway.
I mean, I scraped a pass with I think it was physics. Yeah, I took physics. And then as soon as I could drop physics and maths, because you only have to take them. I don't know if it's changed since I was at school, but when I was at school, there were certain core subjects that you just had to take until you were 15, 16, and then you had a bit more choice over where you took it. The core subjects were English, maths, and some level of PE or gym class. And as soon as I could drop physics and maths, I did. Like, as soon as I sat like my basic exams for those and scraped a pass, I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, I didn't mind maths. I wasn't great at it, but luckily they had like different levels of maths at my school. So I was in like I think 3rd out of 4 levels or something. So I was in one of the bottom levels, but like, so I didn't mind that too much. Science, I didn't do like for like year 11 and 12. I didn't have to. And PE, I didn't have to do it. As soon as I didn't have to do PE, I was out. Okay. I was out because I've never really been into physical stuff. I mean, more recently I've been trying to get into the gym, but they keep fucking locking it down. But
yeah, for sure.
But I mean,
I feel sorry for like back in 2020, all the people that sort of set their New Year's resolutions and said, right, this year is the year I'm going to get in shape, and then like a month later, the fucking gyms were shut. We had an entire year. We had an entire year of the government basically saying to us, stay at home and sit in your asses and do nothing. Like,
Well, the worst thing is that like I started going to the gym in like September 2019, hard out, like 3 days a week. I was going to the gym for like, well, up until we went into lockdown, which was like February. And then it's just like all of a sudden it's just like, well, what the fuck do I do now? Like I used to take the bus to the gym and everything. And now I can't even take the bus because I'm just too fucking scared to now. But you know,
Step outside without dying.
exactly. Like I got asthma. Okay, shit ain't good. All right, Jesus.
Um, well, we got a comment. Feel like I'm listening to a podcast. Loving it. Love how you both vibe with each other too. That is Christy. Christy is my friend. Christy has been my friend for, let me see, nearly 4 years now. And she's been very supportive of everything I've done on YouTube. So thank you, Christy. Thanks. That's world incredible.
Thank you, Christy.
I was going to say, yeah, so I had an idea. The other day I was thinking of things we could talk about.
Yes.
Do you like tier lists?
I'm sorry, please repeat.
Yeah, tier lists.
Oh, tier list.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, sure.
So I was thinking, do you know which of the like big YouTube kind of ciphers have you heard? Like, have you heard all the YouTube volumes, like the Crypt ones and stuff?
Yeah, definitely heard all the YouTube volumes.
Yeah, decent. So I was thinking of doing going through picking a YouTube cipher and just going through the artists and making a bit of a tier list.
Yep. Okay, that'd be cool. Sure.
I actually made one on my Twitter last year. Yeah. All right. Let me have it. Right, first of all, let me change my browser to Google because for some reason my fucking laptop keeps changing my default browser to Yahoo. And who the fuck uses Yahoo? I don't even know how Yahoo are still in business anymore. So,
for some reason it keeps changing my browser to Yahoo. For some reason it keeps opening these Pornhub tabs. I don't know what's going on. You know?
It's that hacker. It's the Indian hacker. He's back at it again.
Exactly.
All right.
It keeps saying we're opening the last tabs you opened. I didn't open these.
Oh god. All right. So off the top of my head, we got YouTube Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. We got Poppin' Cypher. We've got Worldwide Takeover Cypher. We've got Cookout Cypher. Got High Res Cypher. Have I missed one? Those are the ones I know. Those are the major ones.
I know of, yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's your live, so I'll give you the pick. Which one should we go through?
I like YouTube Cypher Volume 2. I think the best.
Volume 2. All right. Let's have a look. That is the one with my boy Gone, who opens on a cipher.
Yes. Was that the one with Samad in it too, or was that the one with I can't remember if that had Samad in it, or was Devon Terrell in that one? I can't remember.
Let me have a look. Okay, Devon Terrell was on 2. Samad was on 3.
Okay, yes. The one with Devon Terrell in it was dope. Of course, I mean, number 3 was dope too, but like Samad fucking stole the show. Let's be real.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure, man. You know what? I would love to see Samad produce some more beats. I think he's just all around dope. Like.
Oh yeah, for real.
All right, so I'm gonna make quick. There's actually a website where you can generate a tier list really easily. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Create a tier list for everything. Do you know what? That's too much fucking work, and I'm a lazy shit. So we're just gonna go through. I've got the artists here. I've got the lineup. So let's start off with Gone. My boy Gone, because he opens. Because every single cipher that Luke Gone is in, he opens. I mean, that's just a fact. Yes. That's There's 3 things that are certain in life. I actually heard Gatsby say this on a reaction. He said there are 3 things certain in life: death, taxes, and Luke Gone opens on ciphers.
Yeah.
So.
So how are we going to do it? We're going to do it S tier, A, B, C, D, F, or? I think,
yeah, they keep it simple.
Yep. Okay, so.
All right.
Well,
so yeah.
I think Gone. I'd put him at I think I put him in an A tier, not quite S tier, but I think he's definitely dope and he has a great energy about him for sure.
Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know about
the
you.
thing with Gone is I used to think this was before I listened to more of Gone's stuff. I used to think that he was, and I'm quite ashamed to say this, one of those rappers that just chose very specific lyric schemes to enable him to rap quickly without actually saying much lyrically. But now that I've listened to more of his stuff, I actually think that he's a great lyricist. His confidence is off the charts. Like his delivery is amazing. Technically, he's great. I would be inclined to agree with you. I think I'd put him in A2. Yeah. By the way, have you seen the fucking the location that he films on for his verse in Volume 2 where he's like on the balcony?
Yeah.
Have you listened to Rise, the song that he did with Crypt and Chase?
I haven't. I don't know. I don't know if I have. No, sorry.
Okay, so that same house that he's in on Volume 2 is featured, and it's fucking massive. It's an actual mansion, and I'm like, is that his house? Because it's been in 2 ciphers now.
Yeah.
I'll have to pick. All right, so we got Gone in A tier, and then the next up is Mox.
Just quickly, the only thing that would have possibly, like he's kind of recovered since then. In my eyes, I've heard his music has been better, but the only thing that would have possibly put him in B tier is the fact that he did a song with Lil Xan. That would be the only thing that would have made me consider putting him in B tier. But he's put out some better music since then, so that's where I go with A tier. So Moxus, right?
Moxus, yeah. I haven't heard anything of Moxus apart from his verse.
Yeah, I've heard just that verse, and I think the feature that he did for Quadeca.
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah. Both times. I mean, like, look again. He's someone who's obviously who owns his shit. Like he obviously has found his space. I think he's found his sound for sure. And I think that the little bit I've heard of him and the little bit I've seen of him, he obviously is doing it well, doing it right.
Yeah.
If we're going simply off the verse, like within the context of the verses themselves from the Cypher, I'm veering between B and A. I'm kind of torn between B and A. I don't know about you.
I think I'd go B because if we're putting Luke in A, I don't think he's quite on the level of Luke, but but the best thing about Moxus is that he has that lyrical nature to him, but he also has, excuse this, but he has the swag to go along with it as well. And
for sure.
That's kind of the thing that makes him stand out the most. But lyrically, I would put him in B personally.
I think I'd be inclined to agree, and it might be a little bit of bias on my part because I haven't taken the time to really listen to any more of his music. Maybe if I did, my opinion would change. But I think I'd settle for B for the time being. But it's like a really safe B. It's like a definite B. It's not a yeah. All right, cool. Next up, we got Ryan Oakes.
Ryan Oakes. He was difficult for me, but I don't really have that much experience with him other than that track. Do you? Other than that Cypher?
No, this is the main thing I've heard him put out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be inclined to put him in B as well. I'm
with you on that one.
Yeah, I mean, he was good, but again, I wouldn't feel right putting him with Luke.
No, absolutely not. He's not someone that I would choose to listen to, actually. Just from what I've heard of this, I mean, I would give him a go, but I don't think his sound is one that I would go out my way to. But I'm trying to remain impartial. I mean, that's a pretty biased way to approach it. I'm trying to remain as impartial as possible, but yeah, it's I'd say B as well for that one. All right. Sorry, I'm getting ads on my YouTube. We've got an election coming up in 3 days, and
Oh,
my Facebook, my YouTube, everything has just been absolutely inundated with election ads. All right, we've got 6 seconds next.
6 seconds. I think I put an S.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think lyrically he's just fucking phenomenal. He can get on pretty much anything and fucking kill it. I mean, but like, he just his flow on that. Like, I still remember lines from that. Like, because my bite bigger. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
His voice was just that memorable. That's the thing for me.
You know what? What's funny is he's really good with puns and wordplay, because the two things that stood out to me from him was verse on this and his verse on Poppin' Cypher, and he had this whole rhyme scheme, pun scheme going in the Poppin' Cypher with the word poppin' and pop and popcorn, and it lasted for like 8 fucking bars, and it was amazing. Yeah. He's so imaginative in his wordplay. So for me, I mean, I do think he's definitely up there. I would be inclined to put him in A, only because I'm hesitant to put someone in S early on unless I feel like I'm 100% convinced that they're in it. So I'm going to put him in A personally, but I can definitely see where he's coming from lyrically.
Yeah.
He's definitely a very, very talented lyricist.
Oh, absolutely. I wish he wasn't so expensive to get a verse. Sorry, go ahead.
How much is he?
I think at least $1,000. At least.
Jesus. Yeah. Is he on Amplify?
I'm pretty sure he's on Indie, yeah.
All right. All right, who we got next? Oh, we got our boy DK. DK's next.
DK, S tier, straight up number.
I mean, he's a great guy. He's a really nice guy. He's a solid guy. I think that he really does strike me as a sort of guy who is just a classic example of gets his head down and just fucking works and works and works.
Absolutely.
And everything, it's quite obvious from what I've seen of him that pretty much all the success he's had so far has been a result of him putting himself out there and grinding and being patient, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So I think, again, I'm reluctant to put anyone in an S tier because I'm just so, it's like, because it's the S tier, you know, it's not to be taken lightly. That's not, I don't know, it's hard. I would say DK for me is somewhere between A and S. I feel like he definitely has the potential, like lyrically, and also in terms of technique, just as a rapper, as an all-round rapper, I definitely think he has potential to be like an undeniable S tier at some point, without a doubt. But now I'm torn between A and S.
Yeah,
for DK.
So the thing is, for me, like I feel that from what I've heard, DK is one of the most lyrical rappers from the UK that I've heard.
For sure.
Like. Absolutely, like but the thing is, like, he can also switch and do a very like swag-driven song, but keep it lyrical as well. Like,
absolutely. I'm not a fan of UK rap in general. He is probably the only UK rapper I'm aware of, really, that well, not the only one, but in terms of like established artists, you know, established rappers, he's the only one sort of who really owns up to being a UK rapper that I would listen to. I think he absolutely shits all over. I mean, this is a matter of taste again, but I can't stand grime. I can't stand drill rap. I hate it.
Yeah,
it's just not style. I think that DK has found a way to make his sound appeal to like American listeners, but still keep the UK obviously keep his accent, and you're still very much aware that he is a UK rapper. So I think he's done something really, really clever with his sound. I think he's found a really good pocket in the market.
Yes, absolutely. So then, where do we put him?
I know. I feel like such an asshole not putting him in S, but I haven't put anyone in S. So
yeah, I know. I mean,
like, look at it. I mean, if we put him in A, he's still in the same tier as Gone in 6 seconds. That's a compliment, right?
yes.
That's.
But I think what we should do is for now we should probably put him in A, but afterwards we should probably once we've gone through all of the artists on the Cypher, we should probably have a look at the A tier again and kind of reevaluate based on the people that are in A tier and the people who could be above them.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna make a little note of this. So we've got in A tier, we've got 6 seconds, we've got Gone, and we've got DK so far. And then in B tier, we have Moxus, and we have, who else was it?
Rhinox.
Rhinox, that's right. All right, cool.
I'm surprised I remembered that. I'm usually really shit with my memory.
By the way, I loved his, just real quick before we move on to the next one.
Yeah.
I loved his verse in his opener in the High Res Cypher, where it was a callback to the YouTube Volume 2, where it was like, big head with the accent, but I got rid of the blue hair. It was a callback to the YouTube Cypher.
Yes, dude, I watched Screw's reaction to that YouTube Cypher when DK said dickhead with the blue hair. And Screw was going off. It's just like, fucking, dude, own that shit. It's fucking dope. Own it. Like,
yeah. I love DK, man. It's your character. Like,
yeah.
All right. And now we have I'm Dante.
Okay, I'm Dante. I think he has some great lines, very funny lines. And of course, he has a very funny presence, and I love that. But honestly, I'd be more inclined to put him on an S tier. Sorry, not S tier. Sorry, C tier. Sorry.
I was gonna say, you're giving everyone an S today.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking.
Yeah. Let's just put them all in S. You know?
I was like, what's the pack?
But no. Okay, so I think Dante would be more C tier. Based on lyrics more. He has some great punchlines, very funny punchlines, but I don't think he's lyrically at the level of anybody in A tier, and then B tier. Sorry, I think he's. I don't know if he's at the level of Moxus or Ryan Oakes, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you mind if I actually play a bit of the verse to jog my memory? Because I've got it up here on YouTube, to like jog my memory, because I can't actually. Thanks for the opportunity. Cyphers and freestyles is nothing new to me. I do it beautifully. A couple verses up my sleeve. I mean, he just oozes swag.
He does.
Like, he's another one of these guys that's such a character, and he knows he's a character, and like. I'm black bitches. I'm the match when your wrist flips it. Throw that ass back like a grenade and blow my dick up. Unpredictable with verses like Tourette's. I have hiccups. Look, they compare your boy to that. I don't know, man. I mean. I'm inclined to put him in B. I might be being generous. I mean, again, I don't know if I haven't heard any more of his music other than this. I've seen his live streams a few times, but I don't know much of his music. Do you?
I reacted to the song that he did with Joey Nato, and that's about it. I wasn't a big fan of that song, to be honest, but yeah.
Didn't know we did it with Nato. That's interesting.
Yeah. No, honestly, that was probably one of my most negative reviews, but also trying to be nice because I didn't really like the song. Really, I really didn't. But but that's the thing. I fucking love Joey Nato and I fucking love Dante. I think they're dope. But it's just
so. There's been a couple here now that we've had different opinions on. I'm wondering if it's worth adding in like a B plus minus or an A plus minus to split the difference.
Yeah, probably.
So, because it might even make. So all right. So I've said B and you've said C. So would you be inclined to put him in a B plus or a B minus? Would you say he's closer to a B or closer to a C if he was in between?
Personally, I think it'd be closer to a C, to be honest. But
okay, we'll tell you what. We'll go with fuck it. We'll just put him in a C for now.
Oh.
Keep it easy. So we've got C for I'm Dante. All right, and who's next? We have Lex Bratcher.
Dude, I'm gonna say it again. Dude,
that's on you.
that's got to be an S, dude. I wouldn't feel right putting her in A. I feel honestly, to be fair, I didn't really feel right about putting 6 seconds in A, really, but Lex for sure, it's got to be S.
I mean, I think that she has. There's no doubt about it that she has found her sound. Again, with a lot of these people, it's the confidence and it's how much they own it. I'm gonna be generous in this one. I'm gonna give her an S. Oh, I say I'm gonna be generous. She's obviously like skilled as fuck. She's talented as fuck, and she's an amazing lyricist. Her flow. I mean, I haven't heard a single thing that Lex has put out that she hasn't absolutely bodied. Absolutely bodied.
Dude,
so,
and not only that, anything that I tag her in on Twitter, she likes it straight away. I feel so blessed.
Yeah, she seems
so
like, because, part of me, when I first listened to Lex and started watching her, I thought she kind of scares me a little bit, right? And then I saw she did a live stream that I actually missed, but I watched it back. And when she's not doing it, like, she's actually a super chill, really nice person.
Yeah.
When she's just on camera, like she was just sitting there eating Oreos, like just munching on Oreos.
Dude, like, so. And especially like one thing that I'm going by with this as well is like how memorable their verses were. Like I can tell you straight away how Lex's verse started. Oh yeah, this guy's about to rap. Da-da-da-da, but I'm on that. Fuck that. Da-da-da-da. Like, dude, I can tell you how the verse starts. Like. And that's how it kind of stands out to me, and that's what kind of puts her in S tier for me, because it stands out amongst all of these people that were on the Cypher.
For sure, yeah, she's very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Very unique. All right, do you know what? I think we can probably give her an S. We can both agree on that. So we've got our first S. All right, dope. And then actually the video I was telling you about was she did a quick video that she used to break down her verse on Cookout Cypher.
Okay.
And just explain the lyrics. And there's one bit, forget it, where she's going through she's explaining all the wordplay. And I'm sitting here thinking that is so intricate, and I could never have thought about any of that. And then she got to the bar where she's like, I don't know how familiar you are with the Cookout Cypher, or how familiar you are with her verse on the Cookout Cypher.
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, there's something where she says, I'm fucking that word's over, so don't even ask me why his ass hurts. And then when she gets that line, and in the video she's just, and in the video she's just like, I mean, she's like, and that's literally just a bar about me fucking guys in the ass. Like, you know what? Just own it. Like, just own the bar.
Because that's the thing. For me, that's what makes a great rapper. They could say the most basic shit, but say it in such an awesome roundabout way to say the same thing that you would consider basic. Like, Eminem is the king of that shit.
I mean, I plugged something on the stream a couple of weeks ago that Gatsby and Postcard did together, and Postcard was like, "You need more swag, man. You need more confidence." It's like if you nail the delivery, he was saying you could say the dumbest shit, but if you say it with enough swag, people will think that's dope. Like,
Yeah.
And it's the same. Like, something we were saying, like you could say the most basic asinine shit. It's not. I mean, it is. I mean, I know some people, myself included, do value lyricism. I'm someone who, if I'm listening to a song and it's literally just all filler bars or it's all flexing, I get disinterested pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But in general, I do think there's some truth in the idea that it's not necessarily what you say, but how you say it.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Like, because Eminem could go on freaking 2-bar rant on just telling you to eat a dick, but he won't blatantly say to eat a dick. He'll tell you in the most roundabout way to the point where it just
Absolutely.
comes back to it, and it's just like, oh, he just told me to eat a dick. Shit. All right.
All right. Next up, moving on, we got our boy Devon Terrell, and I have a feeling I know where you're going with this one because he's a singer, and he's got the voice of an angel. I love Devon's voice, man. I absolutely love it.
I'm actually, like, I have the Indie Amplified page open right now, and I'm so upset that he charges $2,000 for a verse or a hook or whatever. But
I know.
But dude, I don't think I put him. Okay, based on lyrically, I don't think I put him in S. I think I definitely put him in. Unfortunately, I think lyrically, I'd probably put him in B. If we were talking the idea of, you know, just him as an artist and how great he is, he would be A to S 100%. But in the context of the Cypher and lyrically and holding up to the other rappers on the Cypher, I think I would put him in B, personally.
For me, he's a solid A.
Okay.
I think on all counts, there wasn't really any aspect of his verse that I was unimpressed with, or that I thought that doesn't really stack up to the other verses I've heard. I think I would have to go for an A purely on how he delivered it. I mean, again, like we were talking before about that individuality, that uniqueness.
Yeah.
And that's his verse is one that I will, when I think about YouTube Volume 2 Cypher, sometimes, you know, there's a handful of verses that will just pop into my mind. One of them is Gawn's, because he opens it. One of them is his.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
So, I mean, I would have to, I mean, okay, so I get what you're saying about lyrically. Do you think it's fair to put him in the A tier, like in general?
I do. Because now I'm thinking about it as well. Like, I can think of so many lines from that verse as well. Like, so to put it in perspective, like, I can't think of one line from Ryan Oates or Mopsis' verse, honestly.
Yeah.
I definitely think of lines from Lex's verse, from Luke's verse, from 6 Seconds verse, from Devon's verse. So I think that's, yeah. So A would be fair. I think A would definitely be fair, more than fair.
All right.
Sure.
All right, we go next. Oh, my boy Nem Raps. Okay, Nem Raps. I've started watching Nem Raps about 5 years ago as a YouTuber because he does. I don't know if you follow him, but he does. His main thing is his try not to laugh videos on his main channel.
Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've subscribed to him, but I haven't watched much of his videos.
Mm-hmm. He also has. I mean, he's got his nerd. I think it's Nerdcore that he has, or that he's part of.
Oh yeah.
He has a gaming. You know, he does gaming. He does music. He does all sorts. So I'm a big fan of him as a YouTuber, as a creator in general. In terms of as a rapper, and in terms of his verse on this, I would probably be inclined to put him in a B.
Yeah,
I don't remember much. I mean, he's got quite a few funny lines in there because one thing that stood out to me, and he mentioned this in a live stream, is that he basically wanted to make his verse one giant meme. Like, there's quite a few meme references in there, like CVS receipts being hella long and stuff like that, like silly things like that. And I
think he threw in some anime lines as well. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Quite possibly. If he did, they would have gone over my head because I'd know nothing about anime.
Oh yeah, same. But
although I don't know if you saw, but in his line on the high res Cypher about I'm COVID vaccine, you don't want to be the first to try me. Everybody was freaking out about that line.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw that. Yeah.
I love that line. Well, Joey Nato did a live stream where he reacted to all the entries, all the verses, and he was like, "That line makes this entire cipher. Like that is the line of the cipher."
Yeah.
So Nemraps I'd put in the B. I think he's quite playful with his lyrics. He's quite fun. But he's not someone who I would just put on a playlist and choose to listen to on repeat personally.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with that being said, I haven't really gone and listened to his music much. I mean, but yeah. So with that being said, yeah, I think B would be fair.
Be safe. All right. I've got another ad. Come on. YouTube. I'm not even playing the video. That's the thing. I'm just like using the scroller to jump to timestamps. Like, why are you giving me ads?
Go buy your sex toys now.
Wow. All right. Who opened that tab? All right. Who we got next? Okay, we got our boy Screw.
Man, I think you know where well, okay, no. I think I'd be inclined to put Screw at an A.
Mm-hmm.
He would be kind of tipping the scale onto an S, but yeah, I mean, like I think he's an A. I think he just, I don't know. I don't think he's made enough music other than probably the Slime Shady EP that has really kind of stood out to me as much. And of course, other than his screwed ups on his channel, but yeah, I just think I don't know. I think A. What do you think though?
Yeah, I think pretty much bang on. Like absolute safe A for sure. Could definitely see him in the S tier. I think he hasn't put something out, or he hasn't been on something that I haven't enjoyed. Like I think he really adds a personality to every track he's on. I think he's got some fucking killer flows. Like his flows are so dope.
Yeah.
Because he was on Volume 1 as well. Bear in mind.
Yeah. That's true.
And there's a flow that he kind of used in both those ciphers, Volume 1 and 2, which are fairly similar. Which is like I think in the lyric in this one is, "Cause now I'm in this bitch like your mother. See, Crypt is my brother.
Yeah.
Touch like your brother." And he did something similar, or yeah, I think he adapted that from a flow in Volume 1 that I can't remember the lyrics of. But for that reason, for the fact that he has such a sort of gruff confidence,
yeah,
I think I put him in A for sure. And then who we got next?
I mean,
Quedeca's next.
Just to say quickly, like, I mean, not many people know who I am in the music scene, but when I got him on my track Switching Up, like, he had no reason to give me as good as a verse that he did, and you know, he stayed right true to the core meaning of the song and everything, which a lot of rappers, like, there's rappers that you get that won't even go with the meaning of the song. They just want to throw in throwaway bars, you know. But like,
yeah.
But Screw was just so bang on that idea of people switching up on you, and you know, he had some amazing lines in that. And like to this day, it's still my most streamed song. So like, I will eternally have heaps of respect for Screw for that, and like the fact that, you know, especially like the other day when he was on stream, like he wasn't like, oh yeah, I don't remember that or whatever, like, because he does so many features. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that was dope. Like I love doing that. Like that was, I don't know, that's just one thing, like that just puts my respect for him quite high, to be honest.
Yeah. No, because like you said, like there are definitely people out there who think, okay, I'm getting paid to do this. Like I've got enough of a following. this can just be an easy throwaway verse for me.
Yeah.
So, to find someone who, I mean, it was the same with my feature with Gatsby. Like he went, like you said, he stuck to the theme of the song. I don't think he tried to show me up too much, because I get the feeling with that verse. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a killer verse, but I think that Gatsby has so much potential that he could have gone way harder. Yeah. So I think he found that nice balance between giving me something of like Gatsby quality, but also not just completely overshadowing my verse,
Yeah.
So I think that I didn't know that about Crypt. I mean, I've listened to the song, but that's kind of changed the way I look at him a little bit for the better. So
I mean, that's the thing, like all the emails that he was sending back and forth to me, he was quite quick in doing it. Like as soon as I paid him, he sent me his verse within a day. Like I was just like, what? Like I was expecting like maybe it'll take, I don't know, a week or two, maybe a month. Like that'd be cool with me. But no, he's like, not a day. I mean, yeah, his verse is definitely the most expensive verse I paid. I paid $1,300 US for his verse, which I mean, in hindsight, like of course I'm glad that I did it, but at this point in my career, I don't know if I'd do that again. But I'm 100% glad that I did it. And I got a great verse out of it. He was absolutely like just respectful of the whole vision of the song and what was going to work for the song, and he was very respectful about what I wanted and everything. And so yeah. No, it's just so yeah. I'll always speak highly of Screw. Basically.
Yeah. So fuck, where were we? So Screw, Soliday. Yeah, Soliday, and then Quadeca.
Sorry, who was next?
Quadeca.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one.
All right. Quadeca for me is in terms. This is again. I keep introducing like my personal taste into this, which is not what you should base a tier list off, but. In terms of his music, for me it's hit and miss, not in terms of musicality, but in terms of whether or not I personally enjoy it. For me, Quadeca is very hit and miss. I do think that he's someone who is very, very good lyrically. I think that he, again, has found and owned his sound. The fact that he has worked with so many big artists is obviously a testament to that. I think he's very talented. I think he really knows the space and knows what he's doing. In terms of his verse, let me actually give it a quick play, because I always feel like such a dickhead when I say this, but I can't remember that much of it.
Yeah, personally, I can't either. His verse from Four Horsemen is popping into my head more than this one.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got Crypt, Quad, and Screw on a track. It's there's no way it not be good. Like,
exactly.
I'm an IUD to all of these pussies. I'm gonna win it in the end. I need my rupees. They never understand how I do it. Said I couldn't say an S, so I drew a line through it like high.
I like that. Yeah, he's got quite a few little dope little bits of wordplay in there, and then the bit at the end where it's like an emerging MC, but what is it he said? Stopping in their tracks when I driving like I'm a cop car. Fuck rap shit, I got bars but look like a pop star. Look like the BuzzFeed intern who gets. Looks like the BuzzFeed intern who gets employees at Pop Tarts. I like that.
Yeah.
He's. Okay, an emerging MC, but you ain't got the M, so you just an emergency. Okay, so there's tons of stuff there that's really dope, like lyrically in terms of wordplay.
Yeah.
I don't know. There are some verses where there's no doubt that there's obviously skill that's gone into it, but it just doesn't stick with me. It just doesn't hit me as hard.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it makes it very difficult for me to give it put in a really good category. And I don't want to just get into the habit of putting someone in the A or S tier simply because, in general, they are well liked in the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we're probably going to put into account the idea that a lot of these artists we probably didn't hear of before this cipher as well.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Honestly, honestly, my gut's telling me to put Quad in a B tier.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
Quedeca, please do not destroy my music career if you're watching this. If you ever find this,
I love you. I'm not insecure like KSI. I promise.
If you see this and we've got beef, then we can just settle it the way that things seem to be going right now, which is in the ring. Just come fight me. It's easy. Like,
honestly, you and Quedeca might be a decent matchup, to be honest.
Yeah. Did you see, by the way, that the Logan Paul Mayweather match is going ahead now? There's a date set.
Yeah, I did. Why?
Right. I know. It's.
I mean,
do you know what? I'm more angry at Mayweather for agreeing to it. Like,
yeah, 100%. Like, not okay. So, this is the most respect that I'm ever going to give to Logan Paul. But to be fair, he has put in work, and he does. You can tell that he's put in work. But for him to fight someone like Mayweather, he's way away from being on that level.
Right, which makes me think that there's only one of two things that could happen in this fight, and it's either going to be that he's going to get his ass kicked in the first round, and then the fans will have paid, a bunch of idiots will have paid a shit ton of money for a fight that's going to last a couple minutes, or this is definitely going to be fixed, and they're going to be bribed to sort of draw it out and make it seem like a bit more of a fight than it actually is. Because in terms of,
it's more likely,
for sure, because in terms of skill, like, they're a world apart. They're an absolute, so.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing they really have in common is that that Floyd Mayweather's father was training Logan for like a spell. Like,
okay.
That's like the closest thing that they have to being somewhat similar in any capacity.
But yeah, I mean, I sure as shit am paying for it. No way. Okay, I'll catch the highlights. That's what I always do.
Like stream on Twitch, yeah.
Oh yeah. Tell you what, I mean, that fucking Ben Askren fight, Jesus Christ. I mean, come on, let's face it. He was just happy to get his paycheck.
Yeah,
with that one, like,
so out of shape.
Oh, I know. He had a dad bod for sure.
Oh,
like, he was absolutely.
Like, you don't rock up to a fight looking like that. I didn't even watch fights, and I know that.
No, I mean, like the Paul brothers are in good shape. Like, Jake was in really good shape for that fight.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like,
he's obviously
in boxing is pretty much where I'd only give them respect, because they're obviously putting in the work.
For sure. Anyway, let's go back. Excuse me. I didn't sleep well last night.
You're right.
So we got a little bit of a bridge of a close-up of Joey Nato's fingers playing the bridge on a synthesizer for some reason. In fact, you know what? Let me show you this.
Joey, finger me. No.
Wow.
Kidding. All right.
You know what? You should write to Futuristic and ask him to expand the list of services offered on the on Indie Amplify.
Joey Nato, the only name for fingering.
Rent Joey Nato's fingers for like a day.
Just rock up to his place, just like, so where am I putting it?
Oh.
You know?
Oh, Jesus. All right, who we got next? I'm moving on from this. This got weird real hella quick.
Dude, this is me. Love me or leave me. I'm kidding. Okay.
I'm going.
But,
all right, we got
Joe.
Matt Diesel.
All right, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. What's going on?
Oh no, I was just being stupid. Anyway, go ahead.
We got Mac Lethal.
Lethal. Okay. Okay. So we're going purely based on the verse in this cipher.
Sure, just the verse.
See, the thing is, none of his lyrics are standing out to me right now. But I can guarantee listening to them that I would like them, but they're just not standing out to me. So I'm kind of torn between A and B. What do you think?
I see what you mean. Like every time I listen to his verse, it like slaps me in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Every time. Oh, you know what? I'll play it for you, and it might change your mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm if we had a plus or minus tier, I'd be putting him in the A minus for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, shit, damn son. You never seen a fucking rapper who be this handsome. I never breathe when I be rapping. I got 6 damn lungs. I'm at the offices of UMG with twin handguns. I got a hostage I'ma shoot. I'll need a big ransom. I've been recorded like a demogorgon that'll rip your organs up and chop you into 60 portions like I'm Lizzie Borden. Just a.
I mean, just picking up on one thing alone, his multisyllabic rhyming is on point. He's really fucking good with his multisyllable rhyme.
Yeah. Honestly,
and he's got it.
Alone, I think A. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, and I like the fact that he's obviously found. I mean, there's no theme to a cipher as such, but he's obviously listened to the beat and he's like, okay, this is a fairly heavy, dark, energetic, punchy beat. I'm just gonna make a bunch of bars about killing people. Yeah. Like, so you know what I mean? Like,
dude, my favorite line on that. I'm at the offices at UMG with 6 handguns, with twin
handguns. Yeah. I'm at the offices at UMG with twin handguns. Yeah.
So good.
Do you know what? Fuck it. Let's put him in A. And do you know what? To pay homage, let's just finish the verse because. Some poison, I'm a smasher pumpkin like I'm Billy Corgan in a tournament. I'm in some. I know you in the city, Morgan. You'll just shiver morbidly with chilly organs when performing. I mix endorphins with liquid morphine. The shit be coursing through my veins. I went to war with 50 horsemen. Drop kick your knees and kiss my foreskin. You jam me, impress us, show off the hate and kick you in the face like Anthony Pettis. I'll roll heads back. The flow's just wet. I'll never die. I'm making videos forever. Call me no gift shit. Oh. Copyright. So tell Susan Wachowski, whatever the fuck that bitch's name. That's my favorite bar. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
Monetize my dick. That's brilliant. Y'all are just a needle in a haystack. Your rap looks old. You probably ran that shit through FaceApp. Probably thinking shit is sweet and I'ma beat you up on camera like fucking ASAP.
We lost Bubz. Joel, are you there? Are you there, bud? Hello? Okay, we have lost Mr. Bubz. I'll re-invite him just quickly. No. Re-inviting him right now. Maybe his internet couldn't handle playing the Cypher, Mac Lethal's verse particularly, and streaming. Or maybe his phone ran out of battery, I don't know. But he'll be back. But the officers of UMG with twin handguns. Hello? His phone must have run out of battery or something. Must have. he comes back in, I'll re-invite him, of course. View request.
My phone's a little bitch.
Okay. Couldn't handle Max verse.
No, and actually, let me tell you, this is what my fucking look at what my laptop froze on. Is that?
Yeah, it's me. Look.
I'm kind of really tempted to tweet that to him. Just tweet that picture to Crypt and see if he actually responds.
Honestly, he's pretty probably will. Honestly.
So yeah, all right. So we put Mac in the A tier.
Yes, we did.
And then last but certainly not least, we've got Crypt. Crypt's verse. I mean, the host himself.
Okay, so I honestly can't remember his verse from Cypher 2, but that could be because they all kind of blur together because it's on all three of them. So
it's all good. I can play it if you want. Let me just find the right timestamp.
Hopefully it's
all right, cool.
Hopefully it's not your internet crapping out because of the Cypher being played and doing the live. I don't know. Is that what it is?
Oh no, I just didn't pay attention to my battery level. It just ran out of battery. So
fair enough. Okay.
But we're good.
All right. You up on camera like fucking ASAP Rocky. Copy. I copy maggot body like Tommy Mac. Tsunami rays. My flow is so immaculate. Magic that I'm making these rappers mad. I'll make it disappear, then they disappear. When I'm one to beat and everybody hears, everybody here. Let's do what's not my mind and see what things we find and discover. No rapper better than ice, so take your pick. I leave them shuttered. No exposure needed for my focus to show my light. I ran my way in the game with my souls. I'm hungry, so my giggle piles live in a flash. Red is the only color I see whenever I'm looking at you. Stopping the ass, kicking the motherfuckers when they're down and they come in the soup. Rappers don't get mad at me. That's something you'll regret. I'll have you nervously perforating over this beef like meat sweats. Rap is a house of bitch. I'm high up in it. Call me a rap addict. It's the sky is not the limit. Roll up on me and get smoked. Yo, fuck your drama. I'm cracking skulls in this one. I call that blunt force trauma. And much more commas will make me rap with you. I'm immortal. Make you and your whole go cause I know you just a paranormals. I'm secret spitting. That's the difference between you and me. I'm me, but you want to copyright like UMG.
Second UMG bar. They fucking hate UMG.
Yep.
Bitch, you know I gotta spit it quick. So everybody come and listen up. I gotta tell you what the fuck we gonna do to go and fucking rip it up. Everybody hear when we hit it up. Rhino, those folks, different workers, back is late. The back ass and his head shooting back at people like the wagon fans. Rats will beagle, let's ratchet it. Ripping for the chicks and I'll take his bit and six. But it represent. Looks spit so quick, I can't even comprehend. The Rail with the voice of an angel. Screwed up, moving spot at the table. You can't rip it, you can't. He won the competition and now he's here to stay. Monsters put him in the coffin and quads fast, there's no question. My shirt size is double XL, but fuck being a freshman.
I love that he paid tribute to all the entries, man.
Yeah.
On that,
especially because like of course he had his own verse on the first one that of course he organized, as well as he's got a verse on the third one that he organized. So to dedicate a part of his verse to the other people who came through, that's dope.
Yeah. I mean, that was just a minute and a half of him spazzing, absolutely spazzing.
Yeah.
And also I just noticed he has a Samsung mic, Samsung G-Track, so that's dope because my last one was a Samsung. Okay. So that's bonus points for that. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, I think we got to put him in the S for that. I mean, in terms of lyricism, in terms of what he chose to rap about, in terms of how well he enunciated, despite how fast he was rapping.
Yeah. I think I'm totally agree.
All right, so that's it. So here's the current rundown. We got Lex and Crypt in the S tier. We've got 6 Seconds, Gone, DK, Devon Terrell, and Screw in the A tier. We've got Moxus, Ryan Oaks, Nemraps, Quadeca, and B, and we've got I'm Dante and C. Sorry, I'm Dante. We love you, really. You're a very funny guy, but
that's the thing. Like, C compared, like, okay, so Crypt wouldn't put anybody on the Cypher who was trash. Plain and simple.
Right.
So for him to be in C of all these incredible rappers, it's still pretty fucking dope.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's definitely a mark of success for sure. So, based on who is in the S tier, is there anyone that you want to reevaluate from the A tier and bump them up a notch, or even B to A, or even S? I don't think there's anyone coming down from S. I think that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the only one that I would really change is I'm still feeling pretty strongly about 6 seconds being in the S, to be honest.
okay.
Counter?
He just doesn't quite hit there for me. But I mean, it's a matter of, I don't know. We can put him in there. I'm gonna bump him up a notch. So we got that.
No,
we got 6 seconds.
We have to agree.
We don't have to agree on everything. This is what is the point of a democracy.
Well, maybe I don't know.
I mean, I think Gone. I'm still thinking A for Gone. I'm still thinking A for DK. You see, now I'm thinking that Devon might be a B. I don't know. I don't know. I'm having to.
And I said that to begin with, but you know.
I know about it. Fucking listen, did I? I don't want to make the B tier too heavy.
Yeah.
And there's definitely people. This is the tricky thing. Like, there's definitely people in the B tier whose verses Devon's verse was better than, for sure. Like.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you know, I'm going to keep him A because fuck you. That's why Devon's an A. All right, so we got Devon an A.
Sounds good to me.
Screw is. Screw's an A. Yeah, Screw's an A. I think so. I think Lex, Crypt, and begrudgingly 6 seconds are an S.
But okay, begrudgingly, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's honestly, it'd be cool if we put him in.
I don't know how I feel. Listen. No, man. That's cool. Yeah. I love doing tier lists, man.
That's the first one I've done. I was going to do one for my YouTube channel when I was like really hard out into it, and then I realized how much work goes into it, and I decided against it. But
oh, have you heard complete tangent? Have you heard Dax's cover of Whoopty by CJ?
I have not.
Right, I'm gonna send that shit to you right now, because what do you think of Dax?
I think so. I mean, let's be real. He's incredibly fucking talented, for sure. I think he needed a reality check a while ago, but from what I can see now, I think he got it.
Yeah. I mean, there was that really kind of cringe-worthy period when, you know, a couple of years ago when he had that beef with KSI, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to be the next." I mean, like, that's like, you can talk the talk, but this guy was saying like he's gonna get a Grammy, he's gonna get an Oscar, he's like, next year, I promise you, next year I'm gonna be the thing to blow up. And next year came, and guess what? He's still. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's never been a time where I've been listening to Dax where he hasn't been successful. He hasn't had a following. Like, he's had a following for a while, but in terms of like blowing up to the mainstream, he's still not quite there yet. Like,
yeah. I mean, the closest thing that he's had is, of course, the track that he did with Hobson.
Yeah.
But I mean, even that one didn't really blow up that much.
I'm trying to think. Which mainstream artist do you think would you love to hear Dax with? Do you think Dax would like really kill a track with?
Well, he's already done a track with Tech9, so that's kind of out of the way. Mainstream. honestly, okay. The weird thing is, I kind of gravitate towards Dax's melodic style kind of more than his rapping, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to hear him with some kind of like a Chris Brown, or even I think he would sound decent with a Young Thug. I mean, I don't like Young Thug that much, but I think it would sound decent on a track with Young Thug.
That's interesting. I'm trying to picture that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. Beatbox. I mean, like, I don't think. It's not that he can't sing. I think he's got a good voice,
Yeah.
Dax. But I think that rapping is definitely where he excels.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know, just me being a singer, melodies just kind of stand out a lot more to me.
No, I get that. Yeah.
But I can't see. I can't see him. I can't see Dax and M working together. To be honest.
Can you not? No, think. Mm.
Dude, did you not hear the line on Unapologetic?
Haven't heard it.
Okay, so there's a line on Unapologetic where M says, where he says, what is it? Game over. He's like, game over. Thanos on you H-O's on my petty shit, but I don't paint toes. Get the plunger. Because Marshall Lee was bitching, and then he's like, because even Dre, had like a whole fucking janitor scheme and talked about painting toes. Screw was the one who put out the fact that Dax painted his toes. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know if that was specifically targeted him. I don't know, because like maybe he just didn't want to give him too much clout because he's been putting out so many fucking Killshot remix, Rap God remix, like Eminem See It Now, you know?
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it did seem like he went through a bit of a phase there where it seemed a little bit desperate. It seemed a little bit.
He's like, this is my number, Eminem. Call it now.
No, I mean, yeah, for sure. And also, why the fuck would you put your number out on the internet, like for millions of people to see? Like that's how you get swatted, Dax. Like,
yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, cool. Listen, man, I'm gonna head if that's okay. But this was hell, really fun.
It was, man. We should definitely do it again. Maybe next time we'll do a YouTube one, so we could do like a higher quality one.
Yeah, sounds good. And we can also get some more traction going with the. I think we can drive some more traffic that way. We can get some more of the fan base because there's quite a few people on my subscriber list and whatnot that don't. I don't even think they're aware of my Instagram presence. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. I see your streams get more views on YouTube. Like you've definitely got some more subscribers that are actually present. You know, so.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get that arranged, no doubt.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, it was great to speak to you, man. Sure.
Yeah, man. Likewise, good to finally catch up, have a good talk. But and listen, I can't wait for these tracks to come out, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 tracks, guys. Caught You Slipping and No Games. Okay.
No games.
And that's what we're doing. We're not playing no games.
And you will not catch us slipping.
Hell no.
Hell no. So we do not have a release date yet. We're waiting for the mixes, but it will not be long. It's in the works. So, yeah.
As soon as we know, you'll know.
For sure, man. It'll be on Spotify, iTunes. I got DistroKid. You know what I'm saying? 20 bucks a year. Worth it.
So good.
Amazing. Who doesn't have, well, I was going to say who doesn't have DistroKid? Me until like a few weeks ago, and I was in a stream with DK, and someone asked me, he was reacting to one of my songs, and someone in the chat asked me if I had Spotify, and I said no, and he paused the song, and he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get Spotify right now. Get DistroKid. Like, why would you not have a Spotify? Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, but anyway, look, it's going to be so dope. Can't wait.
Yeah. For anybody who's watching right now, please go and follow Bubz right now. He is an absolutely fucking dope rapper. and you are going to be hearing much more of him. Believe that.
Oh yes. Actually, maybe not after this stream because I'm losing my voice. My mouth's still
I mean,
dry.
musically, Joe.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this a little retweet. I'm gonna give your tweet a retweet because even though it's about to end, we'll see how many playbacks it gets.
Yeah, why not? I'll
Hopefully
post it on IGTV anyway.
Dope. All right, cool. Hey, listen, man, it was really good to talk to you, and we'll do it again soon, okay?
Absolutely, man. You take care. Peace.
Nice one. Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.